Good afternoon, my silly monkeys. How are you? Are you happy today? Miss Liz is happy because today is Friday. So no school tomorrow. Yay! So, do you remember what we did yesterday? We learned about two things. We learned about taste. We learned about touch. And we learned about smell. So I use my tongue to taste. Let's try that again. Ready? I use my tongue to taste. Right? I use my hands to touch. I use my hands to touch. Very good. And last one, I use my nose to smell. I use my nose to smell. Remember, taste, smell, touch. Try that, touch. Very good, my loves. We learned that with our tongue to taste, we have taste buds. And when the food goes on, it tells our brain. We know that when we go, the smell goes into our nose and up to our brain. Yes? And when we touch, it goes in the fingers, up, 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 to our brain. So, my loves, today is going to be a review day. So we're going to review our 5 senses. Sight. I use my eyes to see. I use my ears to hear. I use my nose to smell. I use my tongue to taste. Use my hands to touch. Are you ready to begin our review day? Okay, my loves, let's go. What day is today? Today is Friday. Very good. And what month is it? March. March. Very good. Friday, March 6th. And what month? 2020. So Friday, March 6th, 2020. So our goals for today is 1, we want to know our 5 senses. Remember, see, touch, taste, smell, hear. I want you to be able to say eyes, nose, tongue, hands, ears. I think that is a little easy for you. Okay? The next thing we want to say is hear, smell, touch, see, taste. Hear, smell, touch, see, taste. I want you to be able to say, I use my nose to smell. I use my hands to touch. I use my tongue to taste. I use my eyes to see. I use my ears to hear. So that's what I want you to be able to do at the end of the class. I think it will be a little easy for you, but we shall see. Are you ready to practice? Let's go. This is what we will be learning today in class. While practicing, let's see what we will need for class today. Today will be an easy day. We need our pencil, our eraser, and our IPC notebook. So today we will not need a worksheet because today we are just going to practice. So a pencil, an eraser, and a notebook. Have you got everything? Okay, let's begin our first activity. Okay, once again, we were going to play our game. Do you remember the game? Touch your eyes. Touch your nose. Touch your ears. Touch your hand. Touch your tongue. Okay, now let's get ready to play the game with Miss Liz. Okay, my loves, let's play the game together, okay? Miss Liz says, touch your nose. Boop. Very good. Miss Liz says, touch your ears. Very good. Miss Liz says, touch your eyes. Very good, my silly monkeys. Miss Liz says, touch your hand. Very good. Excellent job, my loves. So Miss Liz says, touch your tongue. Very good. So now let's try it faster, okay? So Miss Liz is going to give you 2 seconds to try and touch. Okay? Ready? Let's try. Miss Liz says, touch your ears. Oh. Very good. Miss Liz says, touch your eyes. Very good. Miss Liz says, touch your tongue. Very good. Very good. Miss Liz says, touch your nose. Very good. Miss Liz says, touch your hand. Ah! Silly Miss Liz. Okay, quickly with me. Eyes, nose, ears, hand, tongue. Now, my loves, do you remember what senses go with our eyes? I use my eyes to see. So try it with me. See. Very good. Smell. Hear. Touch. Taste. Let's go on to our next slide. I think you will see it's very familiar. So, my loves, we are going to review the senses one more time. I think this is very familiar to you. So repeat with me. See. See. Hear. Hear. Touch. Touch. Smell. Smell. Taste. Taste. So with see, we use it to see what is around us, yes? Can you repeat with me the sentence? I use my eyes to see. Try that one more time with me, my loves, okay? I use my eyes to see. Very good. So if we use our eyes to see, what do we use to hear? Hear. I use my ears to hear. Very good. How about touch? I use my hands to touch. Yes, I think that is quite easy for you. Okay, how about smell? I use my nose to smell. To smell. Okay, last one, taste. I use my tongue to taste. Very good, my loves. Now that we know all about our five senses, let's remember how we do these things. The first one is how we see. Let's look at this picture. When we look at this picture, can you tell me how we see? Go ahead, try. Remember, we have the light. It hits an object, a flower, and it goes boing, and hits our eyes and goes to our brain. Very good. So, light comes down and hits an object and goes to our brain. That is how we see. Very good. So now, let's look at this object. Remember, the light bounces off and that makes colors. And the colors bounce off and go into our brain. So when we look at this, what kind of colors can we see? We see green, pink, blue, orange. Now look closely at the picture. What number do you see? Yes, it is 6. So how do we see? The light comes down, hits the object, and comes boop, into our brain. Very good, my loves. So that is how we see. But what do we use to see? I use my eyes to see. Try that. Ready? I use my eyes to see. Very good, my loves. Let's move on to our next sense. Are you ready? Okay, let's go. About is hear. And I want to practice know how we hear. But first, before we begin, let's practice our sentence. I use my ears to hear. Okay? Try that without Miss Liz. Very good. Let's try it one more time. I use my ears to hear. I use my ears to hear. Very good, my loves. We will see this sentence many times. I use my to. I use my to. I use my ears to hear. Very good, my loves. Now, let's talk about how we hear. Do you remember? The sound goes in our ears and up to our brains. Do you remember Miss Liz had a silly way? The sound goes in the ears, hits the drum, boom, 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 and goes into our brains. So why don't you try saying that with Miss Liz? Sound goes in. Try that. Sound goes in. Boom, boom, boom. To the brain. Sound goes in. Hits the drum. To the brain. So do you want to try it the long way? The sound goes in and hits the drum. Boom, boom, boom. Then it goes to the brain. Okay, last time. The sound goes in, hits the drum. Boom, boom, boom. And goes into the brain. Very good. So let's practice our sentence one last time before we go on to our next sense. Ready? I use my two. I use my two. Okay, last one. I use my ears to hear. I use my ears to hear. Very good, my loves. Let's go on to our next sense. Our next sense is touch. Try that with me. Touch. Touch. Very good. Touch. And sometimes when we say we do touch, it's what do we feel? Okay? Let's practice our sentence to begin this activity. I use my hands to touch. I know, so easy. But let's practice again. I use my hands to touch. Do not forget the S. Hands. Not hand. I use my hand to touch. It's okay, but in this case we have the S. I use my hands to touch. Very good. Okay, my loves. Let's try this one. I use my to Same sentence. Go ahead without Miss Liz. Let's try that. Ready? Okay. I use my hands to touch. Go ahead. Very good, my loves. So now let's look at this picture. Okay? It is a picture of a hand. What are some things we want to touch on this picture? We want to touch the gloves, the teddy bear, and maybe the ring. Do we want to touch the cactus? No! Ouch, ouch, ouch! Do we want to touch the scissors? If we touch this end. Or do you want to touch the ice? Yellow. Cold, cold, cold ice. But with our hand, we can touch all of these things and we can know if they are good, like gloves, or bad, like cactus. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Now, on how do we touch? Remember, it goes through our fingers, up our nerves, and into our brains. So my loves, if we have a sense in our fingers, it goes up our hands, up our back, and into our brain. And it tells us if it's something that's good or bad. Okay? So let's continue on. Are you ready? Let's go. Okay, my loves, our next sense is the sense of smell. How do we smell? I use my nose to smell. Go ahead, my loves. Try practicing that sentence again. I use my nose to smell. Remember the double as smell, not smell. Smell. I use my nose to smell. I know for some of you this is so easy, but let's try it one more time, okay? I use my nose to smell. Very good, my loves. So let's try it without Miss Liz's help. I use my nose to smell. Very good, my loves. I think this is getting to be a little easy for you, but don't worry, we only have a few minutes left of class. So, how do we smell? In this picture right here, we can see how we smell. When we breathe in, we go, the smell goes up our nose, and into our brain. So if we go, we can smell a lot. If we go a little, we can smell a little. And it'll go up our nose and into our brains. But we always say, I use my nose to smell. Okay? Very good, my loves. Let's go on to our last sense. So we did eyes can see, ears can hear, hands can touch, nose can smell. What is our last one? Tongue to taste. Very good. So my loves, repeat with me. I use my tongue to taste. Very good. One more time. I use my tongue to taste. Very good, my loves. So remember, how do we taste? We use things called taste buds. The things are on our tongue, and it will tell us if it's sweet, sour, salty, or bitter. So if it's very good and very yummy, very sweet, or very sour, these tell us what we are tasting. So let's try our sentence one more time before we move on to our next activity. Okay? I use my tongue to taste. Go ahead. How about this one? I use my tongue to taste. Use my tongue to taste. Very good, my loves. Let's move on to our next slide. Finish our class with review, and Miss Liz gives you homework. Let's play our game. So Miss Liz will say a sense, and you touch the body. So for example, Miss Liz says, smell. What do we use to smell? I use my to smell. I use my nose. So we would touch our nose. Okay? Are you ready to try this game? Do you want to try? Okay, let's go. I use my... Ooh, caught myself. Silly Miss Liz. Here. I use my to hear. What could it be? ears. I use my ears to hear. Okay, so we did ears. Touch. Touch. I use my to touch. Miss Liz will give you 5 seconds. Hands. Very good. I use my hands to touch. Okay. Let's try difficult. Taste. Taste. I use my to taste. 5 seconds. Tongue. Very good. I use my tongue to taste. Ready? See. I use my to see. Okay, 10 seconds. 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Eyes. I use my eyes to see. So we have I use my eyes to see, my ears to hear, my hand to touch, my tongue to taste. One more. I use my to smell. I use my to smell. Nose. I use my nose to smell. I use my nose to smell. Very good, my loves. I hope you enjoyed our game. So now, let's finish the class with a quick review, and Miss Liz will give you your homework. Eek. Okay, let's do it. Class with a quick review. First of all, good job. I think that our next words are going to be very easy for you. Miss Liz is not going to help you. I just want you to tell me these words. I'll give you 5 seconds to tell me the words, and then Miss Liz will tell you it, okay? What word is this? Jigga. 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Eyes. That word is eyes. Okay? What word is this? 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, this word is nose. So we have eyes, nose. What word is this? Can you try it with me? So 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ear. Eyes, nose, ear. How about this one? I think this one is going to be very easy for you. And. Okay? And. 5 seconds. Ready? Go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hand. Hand. So we have eyes, nose, ear, hand. Okay, last one, 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tongue. Tongue. Very good, my loves. So now let's practice our senses, okay? This one, can you tell me what this sense is? S-E, S-E. 5 seconds. C, C. Very good. C. Very good. Smell. Smell. 5 seconds, okay? Go ahead. 3, 4, 5. Smell. 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 S-E-C. Now this one's difficult because it's h-e-r. Okay? 5 seconds. Ew. Ew. Hue. So we have see, smell, hue, ch. 5 seconds, my loves. Touch. Very good. See, smell, hear, touch. Our last one is very difficult. Taste. Taste. We have the silent U here. Taste. 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Taste. So we have see, smell, hear, touch, taste. So now we want to make a sentence. I use my to And now we have each one underneath, okay? So I use my eyes to see. Try that. I use my eyes to see. Very good. I use my nose to smell. I use my nose to smell. Very good. I use my ear to hear. I use my ear to hear. I use my hand to touch. I use my hands to touch. Last one. I use my tongue to taste. I use my tongue to taste. Okay, everyone, very good. So now let's discuss what we will be doing for homework. So for homework, I want you to send me and Miss Catherine a video of you saying, I use my eyes to see. I use my nose to smell. I use my tongue to taste. I use my hands to touch. And I use my ears to hear. I hope this is an easy homework for you. Okay? Okay, my loves, that is the end of class today. And because today's Friday, that means no IPC tomorrow. I will see you on Monday. Remember to be good little monkeys and that I love you. Bye-bye.